Chapter 1. The Discovery. Dr. Lina Russo wiped the sweat from her brow as she carefully brushed away the red Martian dust from the ancient ruins. The sun beat down mercilessly on the archaeologist and her team, but they hardly noticed the heat, so engrossed were they in their work. "Dr. Russo, I think I found something!" called out a young assistant, his voice trembling with excitement. Lina hurried over, her heart racing. She knelt down beside the assistant and peered at the object he had uncovered. It was a small, spherical artifact, no larger than a grapefruit, but it pulsed with an eerie blue light. "What do you think it is?" the assistant asked, his eyes wide with wonder. Lina shook her head, unable to tear her gaze away from the mesmerizing glow. "I'm not sure, but it's unlike anything I've ever seen before." As she reached out to touch the artifact, it suddenly flared to life, projecting a dazzling display of holographic images around them. Lina and her assistant gasped in awe as they found themselves surrounded by vivid scenes of alien cultures, each one more bizarre and beautiful than the last. "Are those aliens?" the assistant whispered, his voice trembling. Lina could only nod, her mind racing with the implications of their discovery. "It seems so, and from what I can tell, these images are depicting their beliefs about the afterlife." The holographic scenes shifted and changed, showing alien beings of all shapes and sizes engaged in what appeared to be elaborate death rituals and ceremonies. Some were joyous, others somber, but all seemed to point towards a shared belief in an afterlife that transcended individual cultures. As the display finally faded away, Lina and her assistant looked at each other in stunned silence. They knew they had stumbled upon something extraordinary, something that could change the course of human history. "We need to study this artifact more closely," Lina said, her voice filled with determination. "I have a feeling it holds the key to unlocking the secrets of these ancient alien cultures and their beliefs about the afterlife." The assistant nodded eagerly, his eyes shining with excitement. "What do you think we'll find?" Lina smiled, a thrill of anticipation running through her. "I don't know, but I have a feeling it's going to be the adventure of a lifetime." As they carefully packed up the artifact and prepared to return to their base camp, Lina couldn't shake the feeling that they were on the brink of a discovery that would change everything. Little did she know just how right she was, or how much the journey ahead would transform her in ways she never could have imagined. Chapter 2. The Revelation. Back at the research facility on Earth, Lina and her team worked tirelessly to unravel the secrets of the mysterious orb. They ran countless tests, analyzed every inch of the artifact, and pored over the holographic images it projected, searching for clues that might shed light on its true purpose. Late one night, as Lina sat hunched over her desk, her eyes bleary from hours of staring at the data, she suddenly sat bolt upright. "That's it!" she exclaimed, her heart pounding with excitement. Her assistant, who had been dozing in a nearby chair, jerked awake. "What? What did you find?" Lina pointed to a series of symbols that had been hidden within the holographic images. "These symbols, they're not just decorative. They're a code, a map of sorts. And if I'm reading them correctly, they're pointing to the location of a hidden portal, one that supposedly leads to the shared afterlife realm of these ancient alien cultures." The assistant's eyes widened in disbelief. "A portal to the afterlife? That's impossible." Lina shook her head, a grin spreading across her face. "I would have thought so too, but the evidence is right here in front of us. These cultures, as different as they were, all believed in the same thing, a shared afterlife that could be accessed through this portal." As word of Lina's discovery spread through the scientific community, she found herself facing a barrage of skepticism and criticism. Many of her colleagues dismissed her findings as mere speculation, while others accused her of sensationalism and pseudoscience. But Lina refused to be deterred. She knew in her heart that she was on to something big, something that could change the course of human history. And so, she threw herself into her work with renewed determination, spending long hours decoding the symbols and trying to pinpoint the exact location of the portal. As she worked, however, Lina began to notice strange things happening around the lab. Equipment would malfunction inexplicably, data would go missing, and she couldn't shake the feeling that someone was watching her every move. One evening, as she was working late, Lina heard a noise behind her. She spun around, her heart in her throat, and found herself face to face with a shadowy figure. "Who are you?" she demanded, her voice shaking. The figure stepped forward, revealing a tall, imposing man with cold, calculating eyes. "Dr. Russo," he said, his voice smooth and menacing. "I'm afraid I can't let you continue your work. You're getting too close to the truth, and there are powerful people who will stop at nothing to keep it hidden." Lina felt a chill run down her spine, but she stood her ground. "I won't be intimidated," she said, her voice steady. "I'll find the truth, no matter what it takes." The man smiled, a cruel, twisted thing. "We'll see about that, Dr. Russo. We'll see." As he melted back into the shadows, Lina knew that she was in for the fight of her life. But she also knew that she had no choice but to press on, to unravel the mystery of the portal and the ancient alien cultures that had created it, no matter the cost. Chapter 3. The Journey Begins. Lina knew that she couldn't unravel the mystery of the portal alone. She needed a team of experts, people she could trust to help her navigate the challenges that lay ahead. And so, she began to assemble a crew of the best and brightest minds from across the galaxy. There was Dr. Zara Malik, a brilliant astrophysicist with a keen understanding of wormhole technology. Captain Rios, a grizzled ex-military pilot who had seen his fair share of danger. And Lina's old friend, Dr. Kai Nakamura, a xenoarchaeologist with a deep knowledge of ancient alien cultures. Together, they set out on a perilous journey across the stars, following the map that Lina had decoded from the orb. They knew that the road ahead would be treacherous, filled with unknown dangers and challenges that would test them to their limits. As they navigated through asteroid fields and past the event horizons of black holes, Lina couldn't help but feel a sense of unease. She had always been a woman of science, someone who relied on facts and evidence to guide her way. But now, as she journeyed towards a destination that defied all logical explanation, she found herself questioning everything she had ever believed. One night, as the ship drifted through the inky blackness of space, Lina found herself alone on the observation deck, staring out at the stars. She felt a presence behind her and turned to see Captain Rios, his weathered face illuminated by the soft glow of the ship's lights. "You're up late," he said, his voice gruff but not unkind. Lina sighed. "I couldn't sleep. I keep thinking about what we're doing, about what we might find at the end of this journey. What if it's all just a wild goose chase? What if there is no portal, no afterlife?" Rios was silent for a moment, considering her words. "I've seen a lot of strange things in my time," he said finally. "Things that defy explanation. But I've also learned that sometimes the greatest discoveries come from the most unlikely places. You just have to have faith." Lina nodded, feeling a sense of comfort wash over her. She knew that Rios was right. She had to trust in herself, in her team, and in the journey that lay ahead. As they pressed on, the challenges only grew more daunting. They encountered hostile alien races who sought to thwart their progress and navigated through treacherous space anomalies that threatened to tear their ship apart. But through it all, Lina remained focused on her goal. She knew that the key to unlocking the secrets of the portal lay within her grasp, and she was determined to see her mission through to the end. One day, as they were nearing the coordinates that Lina had decoded from the orb, the ship's sensors suddenly lit up with a flurry of activity. "What's happening?" Lina demanded, rushing to the bridge. Dr. Malik looked up from her console, her eyes wide with excitement. We're picking up a massive energy signature just ahead. It's like nothing I've ever seen before. Lina felt her heart race with anticipation. Could this be it? Could they finally be closing in on the portal? As the ship drew closer, Lina knew that they were about to find out. And whatever lay ahead, she knew that she was ready to face it, ready to unravel the mysteries of the ancient alien cultures and their shared belief in the afterlife. No matter the cost. No. Chapter 4. The Trials. As the ship approached the coordinates, a massive structure came into view. It was unlike anything Lina had ever seen before, a colossal gateway that seemed to be made of pure energy, pulsing and shimmering against the blackness of space. "Is that it?" Dr. Nakamura asked, his voice hushed with awe. "Is that the portal?" Lina nodded, her heart pounding with excitement. "I think so, but how do we open it?" As if in answer to her question, the orb suddenly flared to life, projecting a series of holographic symbols into the air. Lina recognized them immediately as the same symbols she had seen in the ancient ruins on Mars. "It's a code," she said, her mind racing, "a sequence that we need to follow to open the portal." But as they drew closer to the gateway, they realized that entering the portal would not be as simple as they had hoped. A series of glowing orbs appeared in front of them, each one pulsing with a different color. "I think we have to pass through each of these orbs in the correct sequence," Dr. Malik said, her brow furrowed in concentration. "Each one represents a different trial, a test of our worthiness to enter the afterlife realm." Lina felt a chill run down her spine. She knew that the trials would be dangerous, that they would push her and her team to their limits, but she also knew that they had no choice but to face them head-on. As they approached the first orb, a holographic image of an alien being appeared in front of them. It spoke in a language that none of them understood, but the meaning was clear. They had to prove their bravery by navigating through a treacherous asteroid field, one that was filled with hidden dangers and deadly traps. Lina took a deep breath, steeling herself for the challenge ahead. She knew that she would have to rely on her wits and her instincts to guide them through, and that one wrong move could spell disaster for them all. As they entered the asteroid field, the ship was immediately buffeted by a barrage of flying rocks and debris. Captain Rios gritted his teeth as he fought to keep the ship steady, his hands flying over the controls with lightning speed. Lina and the others worked frantically to navigate through the chaos, dodging and weaving through the asteroids with heart-stopping precision. At one point, a massive rock came hurtling towards them, and Lina thought for sure that they were done for. But at the last second, Dr. Malik fired the ship's lasers, blasting the asteroid to smithereens and clearing a path for them to pass through. As they emerged from the asteroid field, battered but alive, Lina felt a surge of relief wash over her. But she knew that this was only the beginning, that there were still more trials to come. The next orb challenged them to face their deepest fears, to confront the darkest parts of themselves and emerge stronger on the other side. Lina found herself confronting memories of her past failures, of the times when she had let her doubts and insecurities get the best of her. But as she faced down her fears, she realized that she was stronger than she had ever known. She emerged from the trial with a newfound sense of purpose and determination, ready to face whatever lay ahead. And so it went, trial after trial, each one more challenging than the last. The team was pushed to their limits, forced to confront their own weaknesses and doubts. But through it all, they remained united, bound together by their shared goal and their unwavering faith in each other. As they approached the final orb, Lina knew that they were on the brink of something extraordinary. She could feel it in her bones, a sense of destiny that had been guiding her all along. And as they stepped through the portal into the realm of the afterlife, she knew that whatever lay ahead, they would face it together. Chapter 5. The Revelation. As Lina and her team emerged from the portal, they found themselves in a realm unlike anything they had ever seen before. It was a vast, ethereal landscape, filled with swirling mists and shimmering lights that seemed to dance and play across the sky. "Where are we?" Dr. Nakamura asked, his voice hushed with wonder. Lina shook her head, unable to find the words to describe the incredible sight before them. "I don't know, but I think we're in the afterlife realm, the place where the ancient alien cultures believed their souls would go after death." As they explored the strange new world, they encountered the spirits of the ancient aliens themselves, beings of pure energy who seemed to glow with an inner light. At first, Lina and the others were frightened, unsure of what to expect. But as they approached the spirits, they realized that they meant them no harm. "Welcome, travelers," one of the spirits said, its voice echoing through the mists. "We have been waiting for you." Lina stepped forward, her heart pounding with excitement. "You have? But why?" The spirit smiled, a warm, benevolent expression that seemed to fill the entire realm with light. "Because you have passed the trials and proven yourselves worthy of the knowledge we have to share." And so, the spirits began to reveal the true purpose of the afterlife realm and the role that the ancient alien cultures had played in its creation. They spoke of a universe filled with countless worlds and civilizations, each with their own unique beliefs and traditions. But at the heart of it all, they said, was a shared understanding that the afterlife was a place of learning and growth, where souls from different worlds could come together to share their knowledge and experiences. "But why create the portal?" Lina asked, her mind racing with questions. "Why go to such lengths to keep this place hidden?" The spirit's expression grew somber. "Because not all beings are ready for the knowledge we have to share. Some would seek to use it for their own selfish purposes, to gain power and control over others. The trials were put in place to ensure that only those who were truly worthy could enter this realm." Lina nodded, understanding dawning on her. She realized that her own journey, the challenges she had faced, and the lessons she had learned, had all been a part of a greater plan, a test of her own spiritual growth and development. As the spirits continued to share their wisdom, Lina felt a sense of purpose and clarity wash over her. She knew that she had been chosen for a reason, that her role was to bring this knowledge back to her own people and help them to understand the true nature of the universe. But even as she reveled in the incredible revelations, Lina couldn't shake the feeling that their journey was not yet complete. She sensed that there were still challenges ahead, obstacles that would test their resolve and their faith. And she was right. For even as they prepared to leave the afterlife realm and return to their own world, they were confronted by a figure from Lina's past, the shadowy man who had tried to stop her from unraveling the mystery of the portal. "You may have passed the trials," he said, his voice dripping with menace, "but you will never be able to share this knowledge with the world. We will stop you no matter what it takes." Lina felt a chill run down her spine, but she stood her ground. She knew that she had the strength and the wisdom to face whatever challenges lay ahead, and that she had the support of her team and the spirits of the afterlife realm behind her. And so, as they stepped back through the portal and into the unknown, Lina felt a sense of excitement and purpose wash over her. She knew that the journey ahead would be difficult, but she also knew that it was a journey worth taking, a journey that could change the course of human history forever. Chapter 6: The Return. As Lina and her team emerged from the portal, they found themselves back in the familiar surroundings of their ship. But everything had changed. They were no longer the same people they had been when they set out on their journey, and they knew that the knowledge they had gained would forever alter the course of their lives. Lina stood on the bridge of the ship, staring out at the stars, lost in thought. She knew that the road ahead would not be easy, that there would be those who would try to stop her from sharing the truth with the world. But she also knew that she had no choice but to try. As the ship made its way back to Earth, Lina began to plan her next move. She knew that she would need to be careful, that she would need to find allies who could help her spread the message of unity and understanding that the spirits of the afterlife realm had shared with her. When they finally arrived back on Earth, Lina was surprised to find that her reputation had only grown in her absence. News of her incredible discovery had spread like wildfire, and people from all over the world were clamoring to hear her story. But Lina knew that she couldn't let the attention go to her head. She had a mission, a purpose that was greater than herself, and so she set to work, sharing her experiences and the wisdom of the ancient alien cultures with anyone who would listen. At first, she faced resistance and skepticism from those who were not ready to accept the truth. But slowly, gradually, people began to listen. They began to see the world in a new light, to understand that the key to unlocking the secrets of the universe lay in collaboration and open-mindedness. Lina worked tirelessly to bring people together, to break down the barriers that had long divided them. She spoke at conferences and gatherings, sharing her story and the lessons she had learned. And as she did, she began to see a change in the world around her. People from all walks of life, from all corners of the globe, were coming together in a spirit of unity and understanding. They were putting aside their differences and working towards a common goal, a shared vision of a better future for all. And through it all, Lina remained humble and focused on her mission. She knew that her journey was far from over, that there was still so much work to be done, but she also knew that she was not alone, that she had the support of her team and the spirits of the afterlife realm behind her. As she looked to the stars, ready for her next adventure, Lina felt a sense of peace wash over her. She had faced her fears, confronted her doubts, and emerged stronger and wiser on the other side. And now, she knew that she was ready for whatever lay ahead, ready to continue growing and learning as a person and a leader. For Lina knew that the journey of life was not about reaching a destination, but about the lessons learned and the growth achieved along the way. And as she set out on her next adventure, she knew that she would continue to face challenges and obstacles, but that she would also continue to learn and grow, to become the best version of herself that she could be. And so, with a heart full of hope and a mind full of wisdom, Lina stepped forward into the unknown, ready to embrace whatever lay ahead. For she knew that the future was bright, and that with the knowledge and understanding she had gained, anything was possible.